So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna discuss how to enjoy the power that being a minimalist can brings to you in order to obviously being someone that can be more productive, understanding like that even these paradox of seems like that by having less you kind of going to produce more, how in reality this can so be something that's truth, even kind of looking like that it's nothing that can be considered as truth. So what we have to understand, the reality is the world that we're living today, we are kind of full of distractions. And it's something that's true. You can look for like almost 10 to almost 20 social medias that you can be and pass your time. You can look for like almost 8 billions of people that exist today. We can look for almost we can say that's almost like 100 type of science fields, anthropology, we have science, chemistry, physics. So we have a lot of things which we can consume, which you can spend our time. And even if you just kind of have the dedication of consuming what exists in these fields in if by so the information that it provides till today, you're gonna see that you're not gonna have time to do it. And so what's the reality is that we have so much things to focus that what is a tendency that we are seeing that in the perspective of being and receiving outcomes from our world that mainly come from having a work a job working for other one that can be in a work in a banking, can be as engineering. A probability is that you're gonna get so your wages, your savings, by how good is what you provide for other ones. And even understanding that if you kind of know a lot of things, what you understand that is exponentially difference between how much well received someone that's like in the top tier, top 10 in their area, in comparison with other one that probably can be considered that's like in 1% in the 5, 6 areas. The differential between them, even getting that probably the one that's top 1% in a lot of areas, in like 5, 6 areas, it kind of gets more knowledge to be in that type of position. The person that is in the top 10 in specific areas, it probably gets more money than this last one. And I'm not saying that the last one is bad and the one that's just like good and top 10 neither is good, is like excellent almost in one specific area. It receives so much is because it exists exponential type of differentiation between persons that are like the best in their area and in persons that are good in a diversified type of areas. And it's something that's it's true. The people that you tend to know, they like celebrities other than just probably going for films and actors. Probably people's like engineers, people that you know that are from the health type of system. Probably the ones that you know are like the top 5%, including top 5% on each specific area. If you look for engineering, probably you look for Elon Musk and you know other things, Mark and Zuckerberg, you can understand other ones. But it's like top 5, 10%, top 5, 10 in a world that's obviously the number of engineers surpasses thousands of millions. So you understand it that probably exist other peoples that are under the scope of what the majority of people see and understands of people that worked in engineer. They are so good in in a high diversify of areas in comparison with the last ones that I've been said that we tend to know and we know it, and obviously they don't are well received and there exists exponential difference between them and how well we praise them and so give money for them in comparison with other ones. And this is something that people are something that kind of comes with the concept of the being having minimalism in our life. Someone is that adopts minimalism, they are more focused they're kind of, even with less, they tend to do better because they focus almost obsessively in just doing small things, but being like almost the best one in doing their things. And they, well, so they will well received by that, even if they don't have like a high type of ability to manhandle different type of errors. And obviously, I use the examples of Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, but even these examples are not like the best ones because we know that both guys they are kind of acknowledging the diversified type in a really well diversified type of areas. But what's the constant example is that they show is that they are doing the best in terms of being CEOs. They so are much well received in other CEOs that can be like have other type of abilities than them and beat them in probably playing golf. There, but a lot of them can be better than them in playing golf and playing a lot of other sports. That if you're gonna choose just mathematically thinking, they can be so better in much in more things than the other ones that are more famous are. But they where they're kind of will well note that is by wing seals there. So the top they're like the best ones, and so they're really much more praised than other ones that even being better in golf or in other sport than just last ones. They're not like in the top tier of the other things that they beat these most well praised figures, but even if they better than them, they're not top tier, so they're not as well having knowledge the other ones. Example that I've used golf. What are the players that you know in golf? Probably just no one. Tiger Woods, and he was the best. Probably exist other ones that will under him in ranking. They're so better than him and ever more type of ability in doing other things in general. But in that specific area, they're not the best, and so they're not so well praised. So exists exponential type of differentiation. And minimalism is kind of about that, is focusing in what really matters, focusing things that have most leverage. In health, probably a lot can exist someone that has a lot of knowledge about the methodologies, about what seems to be good or not to adopt in our life to get and what's are like the methodologies developed by a lot of scientists, developed by a lot of cultures, but probably just another one that doesn't know all these methodologies but applies what they knows and what and is based in what science seems to be that's better one, and he knows it consistently. It seems that he gets much more effect than other one that knows a lot of things but doesn't have like consistency in adopting one of them of the methodologies that they know, and by doesn't having like the ability to having consistency in comparison with other one, it not going so to have good performance if we're looking for health as something that we can measure the between people what are the people that have best health or not, and you can look by k-point indicators, hormone levels, you can look by blood tests, and so other things that focus. So one of them is so absorbed by a lot of stimulations, a lot of knowledge, that he doesn't know what to choose, and this comes with the paradox of choice. By having so much things that you can do, we not so have the ability to focus in one of teams and be consistent with one of teams, and we are like changing, and so we don't kind of get the benefits of adopting during enough long of time a specific type of action that is the longer time that is needed to get so the main benefits that comes with adopting a methodology, but by being absurd surrounded by so much type of information, I'm not gonna so perform better than what I should, because in reality I'm kind of with the curse of knowing so much things. I'm getting so much stimulation, so much knowledge. That's why we pray so much. Sometimes even now looking for the field of learning and practice. That's why we don't like overthinking. People that are overthinking, that people that always looking for most things to consume, to absorb and understand that they should adopt minimalism, doesn't trying to seek more information. They should in reality making it a practicing what they already know, and probably will be something that is already enough to put them as something that is useful to get the results that they want. But by having other thing that is kind of opposite of minimalism, that's perfectionism, trying to be the perfectionist and understanding everything, getting everything, it's something that curse make us have a curse and so doesn't get what we should do. And it can seem like a paradox. We should think that getting more gets us better. It's not neither a thing that by getting more we don't have like we have natural effects. Is a type of bad consequences. So by getting more, we even become worse than if we were someone that had less. It's about that. Minimalism it reduces stress, increase our productivity, obviously as well by having less things to always be absorbing, kind of reduce so the overload that we have and so increase the mental clarity that we have and so are things that for today's world is something that I really recommend being more minimalism, but obviously it will be minimalism. We understand so what really matters and what really matters in health. It's what science seems to back and what is getting good diet, exercising, and reducing things that make us bad, alcohol, and other things are like suboptimal type of effects. So adopting cold shower, uh, putting and doing some type of ritual that someone sees as good probably is not that much of effect. In study, what our science seems to say that is good is applying spaced repetition, recall, and in this channel exists a video that so says what science seems to be is more effective to learn. And by being so more fundamentalist and are just looking for what's the next wave of things that people say that's good, it's something that kind of puts you go in the long term. You go longer. It's like a code that people tend to say, which less weight you have in your back, more longer you're gonna walk. So I hope these videos help you and see you in the next one.